So, chapter 3, the neuroscience of empathy. So, there's a growing body of work that suggests we come to understand and share in the experience of others by commonly recruiting the same neural structures, both during our own experience and while observing others undergoing the similar kind of experience. Matthew Lieberman is one of the world's leading authorities in the field of social neuroscience and author of the book Social, Wired to Connect. Now, Lieberman, and I'll let you read what's on screen, this is how he sees empathy in human beings. He sees humans as being particularly socially influenced. So what he believes is that we are not individuals. I think it said sealed units. We actually take in the experiences of other people. We let in other people's beliefs, and that actually then helps us to ensure that we all kind of have the same kind of beliefs and values as the people around us. And he believes that's a great catalyst then for social harmony. And the way that we do this is through those mirror neurons that I spoke about. When we are experiencing pain, the anterior cingulate cortex, the ACC in the brain, is active. And we also see activation in the same region when we observe somebody else experiencing pain. So such mirror mechanisms actually seem equally active when we judge others' actions and when we process their experiences, sensations, and emotions. While observing such emotional information, the mirror neuron system makes it possible to generate a brain state that matches that of the person being observed, providing a kind of automatic kind of share, a connection of that experience. It's also important that we just kind of take a moment to look at some of the barriers to empathy. As a cognitive process, empathy is affected by the state of our mental resources. Tasks that require high levels of ongoing empathy can lead to fatigue, and especially in response to stress and stressful situations. And there are 4 barriers to empathy that we really do need to be aware of. Prejudice. We're prone to stereotyping, making those snap judgments based on first impressions and projecting our biases and preconceptions onto people, while actually knowing very little about the reality of their lives. Authority is another barrier. One of the greatest obstacles to empathy, in fact, is the human tendency to obey authority. Obedience to authority is not simply an innate trait embedded in human nature, but it's actually influenced by context and culture, which we learn from a very young age. Distance. There are 3 forms of distance that can become a barrier to our capacity to empathise. First of all, spatial distance relates to our capacity to care about people we do not know and whose lives are far away and unfamiliar to us. Social distance relates to a cognitive bias towards people who are more like us through work, play, education, religion, etc. Highly empathetic people make efforts to look through the eyes of strangers and people who are outside of their in-group. Temporal difference relates to our ability to empathise with generations that came before us and those who will be here long after us. And the last one, denial. Human beings are very skilled at inventing convenient reasons why we don't need to act to relieve the suffering of others. And through our acts or omissions, we are experts at avoiding responsibility when it suits us. Highly empathetic people are instead aware that such reasoning may well be a form of denial designed to relieve them of a sense of guilt or perhaps even moral responsibility to help other people.